All right, welcome to week 6 matchups. We have Chad Allen here, who has just informed me he is no relation to Kyle Allen or Keenan Allen. Um, you killed my joke, man, and I feel bad for bringing it up now. And then we have our favorite co-host, James Eubank. James 4-1 Eubank.
Ah,
That's that dagger I'm twisting in. So real quick, while I have you guys joining us here, I'm curious, who's a player you don't have that you wish you would have drafted? We'll go with Chad first.
Oh, you know what? I'm just gonna say Kamara because I don't have a solid running back. You know what? Yeah, I don't have a solid Kamara. It's Kamara.
Okay. What about you, James?
yeah, you know what? I would say the same thing. Again, mainly because my star running back, first round draft pick, number one pick, has been hurt. But I do feel that when he comes back, he's going to come back killing it. So hopefully he'll be back soon.
Let's look at the top running backs real quick because I'm just curious. If you could redraft right now and you had the choice between Ezekiel Elliott or Alvin Kamara or Aaron Jones, which one of those three would you rather have on your team right now if you could have anyone?
Kamara.
Yeah, Kamara for sure. Kamara. He's so consistent. You can't compete with him.
Man, that's crazy. I if I could switch it, I would probably have gone Ezekiel Elliott. Like I just the guy stays so healthy. Like he's not a crazy big boom player, but yeah, like that's interesting. I obviously need to not trade Camara.
Exactly.
So, all right. We're going to look at the matchups here. We're going to go Milkos versus Zach, Jake Locker, MVP. So, Milkos loses Russell Wilson this week, but luckily picks up Stafford. I think Stafford's a great streaming quarterback this week. I think he is going to put a lot of points up against Jacksonville and Gardner Minshew. And he gets Devontae Adams back this week. Looking at his team, I really like his team's matchups barring that nothing crazy happens, because of these matchups, I actually prefer his team to Zach's. Zach is obviously coming off a score of the week. Josh Allen faces Mahomes this week. That should be a really exciting game. I think there's going to be a lot of points to be scored, but without a tight end, trying to make a dart throw between someone like Logan Thomas, Tyler Higbee, who's super boomer bust, Austin Hooper, I got to give the edge to Milkos, partially because I've noticed something too. The week after I play someone, that team usually scores in the top three. So I'm giving the edge to Milkos. Now, Chad, what do you think about that?
Uh, I'm gonna go with Zach just because I don't know. I think his players are gonna produce. He's got players that produce more consistently. I think Gaskin's going to do really good for Milkos and Joe Mixon, hopefully. But Josh Allen, that's going to be a high scoring game, and he's got the Clyde Edwards, and I don't know. He needs to pick up a tight end. Um, I'm willing to give him Jimmy Graham for one of
Ooh.
his wide receivers. I put in the chat. I'm like, yo, I'm looking to give up one of my wide receivers for a solid running back. And then everyone starts trying to trade me, like trying to take my running backs. I'm like, no, I've got like 10 receivers on my team. But yeah, no, I think it's gonna be Zach. I think it'll be close, but I think it'll be Zach.
That's interesting. So I know you aren't high on Juju Smith-Schuster, but I think he's the difference maker this week. I think he's going to find the end zone two times this week against the Browns offense. So that's why I give the edge to Milkos. I see your argument. Zach's team obviously puts up points, but yeah. All right, so we're tiebreaker. James, what about you?
Yeah,
Game.
I'm gonna go ahead and go with Zach as well. Again, I've been rooting against him all season, but I do think that he's got the better team. I don't think Juju Smith, whatever. I don't think he's going. I don't think he's going to score big. I think Big Ben showed who his new favorite is, and that's the boy I picked up. So I'm pretty sure that's going to be the guy scoring at least 2 touchdowns, and then maybe running in 2 touchdowns. At least that's what I'm hoping my $31.
Oh, you're mad.
Yeah. But I will say that Zach, you do need to pick up a tight end. I don't know if it's proper fantasy football etiquette to say, but I hated all your trades you've offered me. But if you want to give me Mike Davis for some Juno Smith, we can go ahead and work something out. I mean, do you really want to see JP go 6-0? That's gonna be disgusting, dude. Go ahead, send me the trade. I'll do it right now.
His name is Jonu Smith.
I've heard it both ways.
And also, this is funny. I've never noticed. Milkos is streaming the Washington football team, and on the Sleeper app, it literally just says football team. That's hilarious. I'd never noticed that. It's kind of funny. All right, so we'll see who wins and who's right. All right, next we have Drew Run It Back versus Carrie Sticker Girl. These teams are even 50-50, both projected for 115. I like both these teams a lot this week. Oh, man, I'm so happy I don't have to play either one of them. They both have really good matchups, really good players. Both are 3-2, so they're over 500. I think this is a really close game, and I'm going to say this is the closest game of the week, the narrowest victory. Carrie, I think you're playing a little scared. So drop some of those backup players you have and go and pick up actual players. When you play scared, you don't play to win. Now, I understand with COVID times, maybe that's not the best scenario. I think on Saturday night, Sunday morning, you can always go pick up backups if you need them. Drew, I don't love Fournette, man. I never understood why you made that trade. I think you can trade away or maybe get rid of Leonard Fournette. I think you can trade away J.K. Dobbins, upgrade your pieces. That being said, I love Carrie's team this week, and I'm giving the win to Carrie, except for the Miles Sanders portion of it. Going up against a tough Ravens defense, I still think her team comes out on top. Chad, what are your thoughts?
Oh man. It's gonna be close, but I'm gonna go with Mr. Scooby Doo Run It Back there.
Oh,
And,
man.
Yeah, he's got both his receivers are on the Vikings. That could be a plus. That could be a big plus. If Matt Ryan stinks again, Calvin Ridley's not going to do anything. Yeah, I think it's going to be close, but I would give it to Coach Cass.
I see your argument. Yeah, I didn't realize he was starting both receivers against Atlanta's defense.
One's got to do good. I mean,
oh. Yeah, that's rough, dude. Yeah, I'm almost tempted to switch just because of that. I hate Atlanta, but I'm still giving it to Carrie. All right, so you're the tiebreaker again, James.
So I think normally I would, just because I'm bitter, would root against Carrie, but I think that even though she beat me last week, I have to admit, I think she's got the better team. And here's the thing, earlier today, the Falcons shut down their facilities because of multiple positive COVID cases. So I'm wondering if they're even going to play. So with those two Minnesota and Atlanta Falcons, he's got 3 players on Coach Cass's team. I'm wondering if they're going to even play, and then he's going to have to figure out how to do the switcheroo. I know that Sticker Girl's got one player to worry about in Ridley. I've heard it both ways. But so I'm thinking she's going to pull out on top if Atlanta doesn't play this week.
Yeah, so it was an assistant coach that tested positive, so they're being precautionary. I still think the game happens, but obviously my advice to Carrie, maybe it doesn't sound good then to not have your backups. I don't like having backups personally, but that's just the way I play. It's bitten me in the rear multiple times, but all right. So 2 for Carrie. All right, so now we're moving on to Alex versus Matt. Matt just had a bad week, man. There's not much to say. I think he has a stout team. He's obviously putting up numbers week in and week out. And I think that Alex doesn't stand a chance. Alex can't find a running back to replace Le'Veon Bell. Le'Veon Bell getting traded. He won't start this week. I think it's a temporary holdout for COVID So to prevent COVID from spreading, so even if he gets traded today or tomorrow, he's not playing this week. Um, I like the Kirk Cousins matchup against Atlanta. He was one of my potential streaming options. I like DeAndre Hopkins this week against the Cowboys, but I got to give it to Matt. It's hard to count Matt out, and he doesn't like to make a lot of moves with his roster. And I think that's why he does so well. He trusts his players, and his players are obviously good and consistent. So I give this one to Matt. What about you, Chad? What are your thoughts?
I mean, just the fact that who's is Matt Urbich?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's an acronym. I really just want to beat JP, and I crushed him. So not really. Kamara squeaked me by like 3 points.
I mean, just the fact that he hasn't rostered 2 players and he's still projected to win, I think that says he's gonna probably do pretty good. I would. I think Keelan Cole. I think if you put him in, he's probably one of your better options. But yeah, I think he's just puts up way too many points.
James?
Yeah, I gotta agree with Chad there. I think it's gonna go to Matt. And Matt, you really want to beat JP? I'm playing him this week. I really want to beat JP, and that's all I really want to do. I want to give him his first loss. But anyways, that's enough said about that. You're gonna win, buddy.
Yeah, I think so too. It's hard to take him down. Adrian Peterson is also potentially dealing with an illness, not COVID related. So you might have to take a dart throw on somebody else. Start Frank Gore, see what happens. You know, obviously Adam Gase loves him some Frank Gore. You're gonna have to swing for the fences, man. I would say put in those boom or bust players, and maybe a hit on a couple of them to take down the giant that is Matt this week. All right, Chad versus Eric. So former roommates.
Current roommates.
Chad, what?
Current roommates. We're
Oh,
still.
I thought you would have kicked him out during the season. Sorry.
I'm about to get kicked out if he gets married.
So Chad, I really like your team. I think you could probably afford to drop Jared Goff. I think you could drop Randall Cobb. Roster some other players. There's no need to keep them. Here's my question: what do you do with T.Y. Hilton? Are you starting him this week? He's a player that I've thought about trading for multiple times, but then I get scared and I don't do anything.
I don't know what I'm gonna do with him. He hasn't done much, and I don't know. This is what I struggle with week to week. Really, with my wide receivers, who do I start? Because all my wide receivers are boom and bust players basically. So I don't know, man. I don't know. I try to trade them, but nobody wants them.
Yeah, I like Laviska Shenault this week. I know that DJ Chark is slightly questionable. And Mecole Hardman, obviously he can find the end zone. So yeah, you have a few things to pick out there. That I got to be honest though, I'm not scared of Eric this year. His team is so bad, and I think he's trying to just find people to plug and play. I think he's scrambling to find some players too. He's just he has a rough year, man. So I'm not personally scared of him. I think you can win this week. I think he can drop Dak. This is Eric's, I think, last loss before he goes on a win streak. So I'm giving the victory to you, Chad. Chad, while I have you here, I'm curious. Why'd you trade away Lamar Jackson?
I traded away Lamar Jackson. I don't even know who. I gotta look back at that trade. Let me see.
You traded him to Donrat for Austin Eckler, maybe?
Here we go. I traded. Yeah. I got Kyler Murray and Antonio Gibson, and I sent him Fournette, Jackson, and $30. So I think I really needed a good running back at the time. And honestly, Lamar Jackson, he wasn't doing as good as I thought he would. Still not doing as good as I thought he would. So I'm glad I traded him. I think I got a pretty good deal.
Yeah, I agree. I love Antonio Gibson this year. I think with the questionable quarterback play, he should start turning up, especially in the second half of the season. So, all right, James, who do you got in this matchup?
I mean, I would have gone with Chad if he would have just picked up that one receiver he was trying to get this week, but I think he blew it, man. I think it's going to Eric, but no, I'm just kidding. I do. I think I agree with y'all. I think Chad's got it this week. Eric, again, like JP said, doesn't have a great team, and so I don't know. I'm gonna go ahead and go with Chad.
All right, so that's exciting to see. All right, we got Rhett Spicy Meatloaf versus Masked Don Rat. Rhett is holding his team together with duct tape this year. He's got spot starters. You talk about boom or bust, Chad. I think his team is very much boom or bust. I think he can safely drop Matt Ryan. He could stream him. Matt Ryan is not the same quarterback when Julio Jones does not play. And he is hoping that Andy Dalton does something. $31. Y'all spin fab like it replenishes. Like you understand there's no way to get more fab into the system. Like y'all are crazy. The league has gone nuts with fab. It's insane. It's a lot of fun to watch. I spent $15 and I think, and it's hurt me. I value it so much. Probably too much.
You know it's not real money, right?
No, that's not what James told me. I send him my fab money every week. All right. So Mast lost Cook, but he has Madison on his bench. He should be good. He picked up Wentz. That was an interesting pickup. Don Rat has been interesting. I think he's a really good player, but then he does a lot of weird stuff like rostering 3 to 4 tight ends, picking up Carson Wentz. Like, who's going to pick up Carson Wentz? He'll always be out there, even if you need a backup. I think he very much has a floor team this week, but I think it's good enough to beat Rhett. So I'm giving the win to Mass. Chad, what are your thoughts?
I'm going to agree with you. Meatloaf he's got too many questionables. P. Ryan, Dalton. I mean, these are the guys that haven't really proved themselves yet. You don't really know what they're going to do. Don Rat, he's got 2 really good running backs that should do really good this week. Yeah, I mean, he's got some good players, so I'm going to go with him.
I'm curious, who sends the worst trades in the league? Is it me, Zach, or Don Rat?
It's you, JP.
I feel like I get pretty bad offers.
Word.
Hey, you just gotta feel out some offers, man. I don't send terrible trades.
Yes, you do.
They look good in my mind.
I should have screenshotted some of the trades you sent me.
Oh man, I have.
Who were hurt? You wanted a trade? Oh my goodness.
I have a lot of funny trades here too that I get, and I think when they're so bad, you wonder if you're being trolled. But unfortunately, I don't think that's the case. So. All right. Did you pick a winner, James?
I didn't, but I'm going with Don Rat out also.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm curious to see though. Legitimately curious. Lamar Jackson or Andy Dalton? Who do you think puts up more points this week?
Jackson.
You know what? Yeah, I'm gonna go Jackson. Yeah. Jackson.
But it's close, right? Like that.
It could be close, yeah.
That's the world we're living in. All right. Now, the last matchup is Kelsey versus Kittle. We'll just give you the floor, James. Say whatever you want.
Listen, guys, here's the thing. Look how happy these guys are. They're best friends. They love each other. They sat by each other. They have kids that are friends. They're great people. That's all about to go down the drain. I'm about to give JP his first loss of the season. I cannot wait for this game. I got that my Clayton wide receiver guy by $1. I'm very happy about that. I know that he's going to score another 4 touchdowns. I just believe it in my heart, deep down inside. Kittle is super upset from last week. He was embarrassed. He's going to just blow up. And I feel like Aaron Rodgers, he's been playing with a chip on his shoulder. He's going to kill it. And just because I think JP's going to fall asleep just like this. He's done. He's over, man. That's it, buddy. I hope you enjoyed 5-0 for this week because you're going 5-1. And that's it. That's all she wrote.
Chad, what do you think?
Let's see.
Is that bourbon in your cup, by the way?
Oh, it's poop. Poop in my cup. I think. Oh man. I feel like Claypool's not gonna really do much at all. At all for you. So, but I'm still gonna give you the win, foosball, because JP. I don't think Tannehill's gonna do anything. I don't think Derrick Henry's gonna do much. I think Charks, even if he plays, he's going down. His usage is going down. Kelsey's probably going to be your biggest scorer, so I'm gonna make you lose, dude. I'm gonna say you lose.
Okay, so it's funny. I talked to my wife this week a little bit about this. There's only 2 people that I don't care if I lose to. I don't care if I lose to Drew, and I don't care if I lose to James. If I do lose, it's fine. The one person who, depending on the day, I'm 50-50 on is actually you, Chad. I told her, sometimes I'm like, I don't mind if I lose to Chad. And other days I'm like, I don't want to lose to Chad. So if I do have to take an L this week, I'm very happy to give it to you, James. It's nice to do some charitable things every now and then. You know what? In some ways, I'm confident enough to give you full control of my team.
Oh man.
I said in some ways. But yeah, I think Aaron Rodgers will do really well. I think that James Conner will do well against the Browns. So I actually, in all honesty, do project you to win this week. It's a hard week. 50-50 on McLaurin. I don't know if I start him or not. He has a tough matchup this weekend. So I might take him out and put in Chase Edmonds. And then no matter who, I'll have the starting running back. I don't love that for my team. But maybe I just play it safe this week and see what happens. Chase Claypool, though, man, he looks good. So I think $31 is well worth plugging him into your lineup, seeing what you have, and he could find the end zone this week, whether it's through the air or on the ground. He's a great player. So yeah, I'm actually going to give you the win this week, and it'll be fun. And I can't wait to see what happens.
Did you hear that? So as commissioner, if I lose, you'll go ahead and give me the win, right?
Yeah, that's right. I can change the scores. All right, gentlemen. Well, that's it for this week. Any final closing thoughts? Anybody that is out on waivers that you think should be picked up by somebody? I actually wanted to rebuttal, Chad. I didn't love Tannehill. I actually made a bid for Stafford, but I lost him out by $1 too. So I don't know, man. Tannehill has, I think, more points than Patrick Mahomes since week 7 of last year. So he's not a bad consolation prize by not getting Matthew Stafford this week. But yeah, I don't love having players all in one game because it could go south real quick. But I trust Tannehill this week. I won a championship thanks to him and Derrick Henry last year. So, yeah, we'll see.
That was last year. Why don't you pick up Minshew again?
Funny story. I don't like Minshew at all. And when I finally trusted him, it blew up in my face. So I will never, ever, ever roster Minshew again. It was so annoying. But that's like, I got stuck with bad quarterbacks because for some reason, this league drafts 2 to 3 quarterbacks. I don't get it. Like,
Trade
y'all are
them.
nuts.
Just to make sure that you can't get a good quarterback, man. Although that didn't help us very much with you being 5-0. So
It's been luck, man. Honestly, I should have lost so many games. Twice I've been bailed out by Kamara on Monday night games. So, yeah, against both my brothers, Kamara was the difference maker. So, yeah, I think he's earned a spot on my team. I keep trying to trade him away, and I'm like, oh no, it's hard to find the value. Thankfully for me, I don't have to play Christian McCaffrey this week. So,
yes.
yeah. But anyway, all right.
Go ahead and send me Mike Davis.
That's right, Mike Davis for Jonnu Smith. It's an interesting trade. I wouldn't do it, but yeah, there it is, Zach. Chad, who do you want to shout out to?
PSA to everybody in this league. I need running backs. I would trade. Look, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 wide receivers on my bench. You pick any 2 or 3, I'll trade for RB1.
I was gonna say I'll give you Justin Jackson. He's the starting running back. So.
No, I'm not taking any trades.
All right. Well, you guys have a great week. Good luck, and yeah, looking forward to see how these matchups turn out. I don't know if I said this or not, but I'm gonna go ahead and say it. I'm really nervous for Zach making the playoffs this year. This division is tough. Not saying it's impossible, but it's going to be hard. So, Zach, maybe now's the time to trade Clyde Edwards-Helaire, see what you can get for him in case Le'Veon Bell goes over to the Chiefs. So, you never know. And, Chad, you're raising your hand, so obviously you want him. So,
yeah,
all right.
Send him over.
Yeah. Good luck, guys.
Yep.
Have a good week. Bye.
Bye.